Morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday the 17th of June, 2026. Feel a bit better than yesterday. As you know, I went and had my bloods taken. I was told that I had to contact the people that are going to do my CT scan at Northern General once I'd had my bloods taken. Now, obviously, on Friday I completely forgot I had to do that, and then got the phone call to tell me that I needed them doing again. So I've had a weekend of my head not being in the right place, even though I tried not to let folks know that it's not being in the right place. Went for him doing yesterday, and then rang Northern General to say, look, you said in your letter I needed to let you know. You said in the phone call I need to let you know. This is me letting you know. 29th in the queue when I rang up, and I got to number one quite quick in comparison to the length of time it takes them to answer your GP. But yeah, I quite surprised. Anyway, explained why I'd rung, gave her some details. She said, I'm going to put you on hold, it's a silent hold, don't worry, I won't cut you off. Disappeared for a couple of minutes, then come back and went, hey up Simon, yeah, I've just had a look and your blood results are fine. This is your date for your CT scan. So I'm going on the 8th of August, which is a Saturday, which works brilliantly because it means Vicky can take me and not have to have a day off. It's at 10:15 in the morning, so hopefully, week being a Saturday, week being weekend, the roads and the parking at Northern General won't be so bad. Yeah, so, but a couple of things struck me about it. I had my blood test at 9 o'clock in the morning, in fact 8:45 in the morning, and I rang up at 11, and they got the results. Now, I was saying to Vicky last night, either they've got the blood tests done at my GP practice, they've got the facilities to do it there and then, or they've sent them off and they've been done right quick, put on system quick, or she was looking at Fridays. I don't know. I really don't know. But she said my blood looked good, because I would imagine that if they've got the results from Friday, they're on system. So if she's looking at Friday's results, my kidney function might be low, but it might be not that low that I can't have this diaper. Anyway, I'm booked in to have that done. I'm having this done, or I'm having my first consultation about my cataract on the 12th of July. I believe our Sarah's taking me for that, because that's on a Tuesday and she don't work Tuesdays. I don't know. Can you see? Doesn't look any different to that one? I don't know. Just full of bags and look extremely tired. I don't know. I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm 56 for God's sake. I'm allowed to have bags under my eyes, surely. And the shit that I've had over the last 16 months, 18 months. 18 months now, I suppose. We're at January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, 17 months, whatever. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm rambling again, aren't I? So what's to tell you? I bought Victoria a watch. She'd seen it in the magazine on the plane going out. She'd seen a watch in the jewellers in the hotel while we were there. And I basically said, no, I'm not paying £1,000 for a watch that I love it to bits, but I know I bought her jewellery, so much jewellery over the years that she just don't wear. There's an engagement ring somewhere in house that she don't wear that was once found. We once went to Ard's house on a Thursday, as we normally did. And as we were coming home and we got Mickey back at Scars, and we were taking him to drop him off, and he found her engagement ring on the floor in back at car. So, yeah. But anyway, she'd seen this watch on plane going out. Nice rotary thing it is. And she'd seen this one in a jeweler. Must admit, I'd seen one in the jewellers as well, but way out of my price range at this moment in time. So I said, look, if you want the rotary one, I'll get it. In fact, just bear with me. Here it is, look. You can see that. I mean, it is extremely nice. It's a bit smaller than we kind of thought it might be when we looked at it, when Vicky looked at it magazine, but it's lovely. I stopped short to buy myself the RAF Citizen Eco Drive watch for myself, but because I've been I'll admit I've been sneaky, because I bought Vicky that, it's like, I ain't really got myself anything. So I bought myself something. Now, before we went on holiday, I got an email telling me that there's a new Specials album coming out, the last one. They claim it's going to be the last ever Specials release. And it's a live recording from Coventry Cathedral a few years back. And I looked at it and thought, oh yeah, that's nice. And they were doing a fans box set, or whatever they call it, as you can see here, which is like 3 vinyl LPs and 6 CDs, which, you know, I've got everything else that the Specials have put out, album-wise, missing a couple of singles, but, yeah. And I thought, I'll have that, but then I thought, well, we're going on holiday, and it's 60 odd quid, and I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll wait until we get home. So we sat there the other day, and I just said to Vicky, I said, do you mind if I get it? I mean, I bought you your watch, what have you, do you mind if I get it? She's like, no, get it if you want it. So I went on to get it, and they sold that at box set. So I've had to buy them separately, and it's cost about 10 quid more, but there we go. It's still a damn sight cheaper than that. Not that I'm about the money. She's worth every penny. And if I'd have got a grand, I'd have bought the one at the hotel. So yeah, that's released in July. Now, speaking of the Specials, it's 2 years ago that we converted Finley's old bedroom into my studio. And 2 years ago, yesterday, that finally got some frames and put a couple of pictures up. Obviously, the big poster out of the re-release of the Dance Craze album, which was released over 3 LPs. Obviously, I bought it. Did have the original, but you know, me being me, that went up, and the remake of the original poster for Quadrophenia, one of the original posters from Quadrophenia that come in the director's box set of Quadrophenia. Again, something I've got numerous different versions of. Went up, and they look nice and dandy. However, the Quadrophenia one is going to come down because my birthday present from Vicky arrived the day before we went on holiday. It's still upstairs in the tube now, and that's going to be going up. And once it goes up, I'll show you what it is. It's a thing of beauty. I think it is anyway. I was going to put the Weller. I've got a fat pot Weller box. It's got a big poster in it, and I'm going to put that up. But I've changed my mind, and I've kept the Quadrophenia one up, and we're now going to go for the other one. In fact, if I can find a photo, I'll put it up here. It's basically the London Underground reimagined with jam songs, the stations, and I love it. And if I remember rightly, the different lines are the different albums, but yeah, anything Weller. And an argument with, not an argument, because I didn't buy it, but Vicky, this came yesterday, which is, I subscribed to Detail magazine, which is a modernist magazine, and they've done this, which is, I don't know if you can see much of it, but it's all about 1966 and the World Cup, and you know, some records that were released in 1966. That is Eddie Pillar on Bobby Moore's Vespa, which he got and owned. So yeah, it's quite, it's got that smell as well. I love magazine smells. Yeah, I know I'm weird, but I was showing it Vicky, and she's like, "You're not a mod." And I'm sat there, my eternal monologue's going, "Don't bite, Simon, don't bite, Simon, don't bite, Simon." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm not a mod? Well, you're more into reggae and ska than you are mod." I'm like, "No, I love reggae, don't get me wrong. I mean, I do love reggae and ska a hell of a lot, but I'm a mod." She's not, bless her, she doesn't understand. She likes songs. She doesn't love music. I adore music. I'm obsessed with music. And I have got a really wide spectrum of taste, you know. As I've always said, as long as it's done with integrity, then I don't mind. It's why I like McFly. McFly played the game until they got enough cash behind them to get rid of the management and self-produce an album. And you know, the songs that they wrote when they were starting out, they were really good songs, you know. But I identify as, "You don't look like a mod." What do you mean? Because I'm not walking around in a original 1960s 3-button fucking suit. Yeah, I'm like, modernism isn't, to me anyway, modernism isn't about a specific look. You know, if there's certain people out there that think you've got to wear this, you've got to wear that, you've got to ride this, that and other, it's got to come out of the 60s. And to me, they might as well be sealed, not them, because being like that is like going away for a weekend and pretending you're in fucking army in World War II, or you're a rounded or a cavalier, or, you know, you're cosplaying. I don't cosplay being a mod. I've been a mod since I was 8, 9, 10 years old. You know, it's in here and it's in here. It's not what you wear. I mean, I try to look smart. You know, all right, I'm sat here in a pair of shorts and a sweatshirt, but if we're out and we're going out and going anywhere, I try to look smart, you know. Granted, these days I've got to do it on a budget, but it's not. It's about how you feel about yourself, and Pete Meehan said it's an it's a word I can't pronounce. It's about clean living under difficult circumstances, and that's what it is. My banner on my social medias is a quote from a poem by the Mumper, Mark Baxter, and I'll probably misquote it, but it's move forward in will and always will, but we can't take away what. God, I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll put it up here if I can find it. But yeah, I'm waffling again. I'm going on about something that probably don't interest anybody, but it does interest me. I'm a mod. Always be a mod. You can be very a mod, as well as said, and it said on my t-shirt the other day. You know, it is what it is. It's a feeling. It's a state of mind. It's not the clothes you wear. It's not the mode of transport. Yeah, I ride a scooter, but I love scooters. Do I own a Parker? Yes, I own a Parker. I can't remember the last time I won it. The main coat I've got now is my pretty green duffel coat. Or my weekend offender stuff. You know, my peaceful hooligan stuff. My Nebworth stuff. It is what it is. Do I own bowling shoes? Yeah, I've got 2 pair of bowling shoes. But I like them because they have the look, not because you've got to be a mod. You know, you've got to have bowling shoes if you're mod. I had bowling shoes when I was in my teens, early teens, going at youth club. Getting piss taken out because I got red, white and blue bowling shoes. And, hey, you got odd ones on, why they got a number on back? There's nothing Vicky can throw at me that I haven't thrown at me for the last 40 odd years. So, yeah, bugger her. She's wrong. I am a mod. Right, I think we're going to leave it at that. I've got yesterday's football matches to watch now. Yes, Robert, another early one. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I've got to tell you. So, England play tonight. Yeah. Not holding out much hope. So, yeah. Thought France were going to get shafted last night, but that didn't happen. Well, anywho, this is your Fat Northern correspondent signing off. TTFN. Excuse me, sorry, it is. This is it. There is on the floor.